The Drop with Frank and Brian is officially brought to you by Switch Suspension. Switch Suspension specializes in all vehicle chassis components. Lift kits, lowering kits, air ride suspension, wheels, tires, steering, and brake upgrades. They use all the best products from the best brands. And these guys are truck guys. You roll into their parking lot at the shop, and they all drive custom vehicles. So they use their products that they sell on their own vehicles. So if you guys are looking for anything for your vehicles, whether you're just starting out or you just need some replacement parts or whatever, give them a call or visit their website, switchsuspension.com.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of The Drop. If you like these podcasts and all the other content we create, head on over to our websites and purchase merch. Purchasing merch keeps us going and creating more content. Our websites are grinder-tv.com and livelifecustom.com. We really appreciate it. Now on to the episode.
Hello. Hello.
I got my little
Oh,
cover
you got
too.
one. Doesn't it feel like it's more special now?
Yeah, it does a little bit.
It's a little cheapy thing, but
Well, I was like going like this, and it like I think that's gonna help
oh, okay, cool.
for the little put and the little put and the. But yeah, I got that little guy too. I
got
realized
mine.
we need two more.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I got mine because I'm going to start my singing career.
Oh, really?
No.
What genre? You're gonna a crooner,
What's that?
like a crooner, like a Frank Sinatra, James Deany, soothing. I could picture you like that,
Oh, yeah.
wooing women with your sultry voice.
Yeah. I just send them TikToks of me singing in my office. That's my new gig.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, you make way more money than doing this.
Do you think? But I just show this part. Like, I don't show this part of me. I just show this.
That'll
So
be
no-
your shtick.
Yeah, that'll be it. And then,
Just a mouth.
yeah. And
You
then,
have a very recognizable facial hair, though, so I don't know.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll launch your career. Don't worry. We'll do something.
It is nice looking at you with the windows closed there.
Yeah, I got the windows closed today because you suggested that. I got my little put cover.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. The only thing that I don't have is something to talk about.
Oh, all right. We'll see you guys next
Yeah,
time.
bye. Just kidding. Yeah, there's a couple things going on.
I still haven't contacted the winner of the speakers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm hoping that they just don't respond, and then I can put them in the Maverick.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that idea. That's probably what people think that we do this whole time. Like all of our regulars who like get stuff and who don't really win. They're like, who's Brian Bud?
Joke's on them. There's no Acura in any of my trucks, and we've
Right.
given 2 Acuras away.
Yeah. Well, I have Acura in mine, but mine's the old one.
Yeah,
So
see.
it's verifiable.
You just take yours out and put the new one in yours, and then you box up the old one and give it to the winner.
They're like, wow, that's vintage.
They're like, this is kind of dusty. What's going on?
A little used.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Used in the famous Custom Life videos in the beginning of every video.
As seen in.
As seen in.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So what's going on? What's going on with you? You've had an exciting week that we can't talk anything about.
I know.
That's
Actually,
okay.
we can't, because that's in my little notes here about, like, I want to release a video. I'm going to try my hardest to release a video every 2 weeks.
Okay. Truck video, like build videos.
Truck videos.
Oh, nice.
Well, that probably will last 2 weeks, and then it'll be over.
Yeah, I know.
So I've got already the next Tacoma video done.
Oh, cool. It's ready to go.
Basically ready to go. I have to tighten it up, but it's all laid out.
Really?
So that one
How
will release
exciting.
like the Monday that we leave for LST.
Right. Yep.
And then I go back to Pandas next week to work on the red truck.
Mm-hmm.
And then that will go when I get back from LST, then I'll have a video on that. So it's just trying to.
It's going to get interesting juggling shows and travel as well as the videos.
I'm going to get Panda his own pocket.
That's you said that. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So
They're so easy to use. Like
Yeah.
you really don't. You just kind of point it at it. Hit record,
Yeah.
and then just Panda be Panda.
Yeah. And then I'll just teach him how to edit videos, and then I'll not have to do anything.
Exactly. I thought that was the plan the whole time.
It's just me singing and everyone else doing the work.
Yeah.
My new TikTok channel is Be Good Songs. I don't know.
Something like that. But your last video, last week we talked about it. It had dropped that day. I had not watched it yet, but I watched it. I mean, what can I say? It's awesome.
It came out good?
Great. Oh yeah, it's killer, dude. It's totally killer.
Hell yeah.
Eric, great on camera.
Yeah.
Like Eric is real. I mean, he's already kind of used to being on camera doing the stuff he does with Donut and like other things that he's involved with. So
yeah,
he's already kind of comfortable. But
which is strange because he's not like a very upfront, in your face, talkative person.
No, he's not. That's what I was gonna say. He's like a very reserved person.
Yeah.
But what I've always found cool about Eric, and what I really like about Eric, is he's one of those dudes who's like so low key, like humble of course, but very low key. He doesn't really tell anything until he starts talking, and then reveals things.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff he reveals is like outrageous. You know,
Well, it's one of those things where he does it and doesn't talk about it until he's asked about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
And I like that because a lot of people tend to talk about things. We've discussed this before, where people will talk about something, never do the thing, but they already got the accolades because they already talked about the thing. Right. Or they'll do the thing and then instantly put it on Facebook or Instagram or something, and it's just I like that when people don't share their entire lives on social media. Sometimes it just makes it like a nice surprise.
Like me, I'm the complete. I am the complete.
I'm
opposite.
sharing my entire life on
you.
I'm sharing my entire life on YouTube, so I'm doing the opposite as well.
Right, and that's okay. Like I know that. Like I know that I'm doing that.
But we're also doing it for a purpose.
Yeah, well, ultimately,
our purpose is
how
people follow along with us.
Yeah,
so if we didn't share these things, then it would almost be a little weird if we didn't share things. Mm-hmm. Versus is someone that doesn't have a social, like they don't do social media and stuff for a living.
Yeah.
So.
Another kind of thing that's related to that I read earlier this week that kind of resonated with me is when people are talking about their accomplishments or what they're doing, people, and I think this is like subconsciously, people tend to like be like, oh yeah, well when I did this, or like in my experience, like sometimes you just gotta like just listen to somebody what they're doing, and then just be like, cool, man, that's awesome.
I've had to actively think through those things sometimes.
Well, yeah, I think subconsciously it happens.
Because when you have done as much things in life as like people that do the mini truck thing, and we've done the parties, we've gone to shows, we've experienced so much stuff. Mm-hmm. Like it's so easy when someone's telling a story. It's not a bragging thing. It's more just like a relatable thing. Like, oh, right. I've done this too. Here's my story.
Here's my experience.
Yeah, and I've had to I'm not too bad at it, but I have had to in my head just let the other person have their moment.
Yeah,
because that's
I realize I do that too.
Yeah,
and reading this person's comment, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, maybe I need to do that too. Become a little more active listening.
Yeah, it's important, and it's also a thing where if you're constantly talking about the past,
yeah,
like
which I'm finding myself. I don't know if it's old age.
It is.
Or what's happening.
It's a normal thing.
Yeah, I'm finding myself doing that more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I've noticed, and I've been doing maybe a little more lately, but I've noticed I've been saying a lot. Well, in the early 2000s, that was my time to shine. The early mid 2000s was my time to shine. So lately, I've been like saying a lot, like back in the mid 2000s.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're still doing stuff now.
Well, yeah, so, and that's only like when I bring that up, it's only reflective in contrast to what I'm doing now. Yeah. It's not like I sit there and I go, oh man, back in the mid 2000s, it was way better and all this other stuff sucks. It's just like, oh, what we're doing, this is how it was compared to back then to what we're doing now kind of thing,
Yeah. Cause we could, and that's funny too. Cause when we were, this last weekend, we went to Disneyland and something would happen and Morgan would say in the late 1900s.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that was like, it just sounds really weird. It's weird that it's 2025.
It is, dude. It is really weird that it's 2025. I was going to wait till I'm going to bring it up again. But this year, come July, I'm celebrating my 10th year in Forbidden Fantasy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, that's
it's
crazy.
Wild.
It is.
It's wild, huh?
Yeah, it is wild.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about that because I was gonna say something last year, but last year was the start of my petitioning.
Okay,
so I
well,
actually wasn't.
Here, I'm gonna go right back into the me story compared to the contrast of you story.
Go ahead, man. Hit me with it.
I think I got my logo in 95, end of 95.
So you're
30 years.
30 years. Wow.
I
Well, yeah,
gotta
because
go-
the club was in 93. You're in 95. Yeah, 30 years.
Because my first reso was 95 to 96, and I had just gotten in the club not too long before that.
Wow.
Time to get out. I'm going to finish my Tacoma and get out.
All right, everybody. After 20 years of not having a truck, here it is. Goodbye. Yeah. you just ride off into the sunset.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Back to your Toyota video. Yeah, I loved it. That is an exciting project because one, I'm excited about everybody who's involved in it. You know, now that Eric's involved in it and everything, I'm excited about that. I found myself laughing a whole bunch. I found myself smiling throughout the video.
Cool.
So it's like it was great.
Cool.
I think it's everything that you set out to do is now coming to fruition. You know, it's all coming together exactly how. Because don't forget, like 2-3 years ago, we were sitting here. And you were like in the beginning stages of all this, you know, like I want to do this. I want to change the whole kind of the whole vibe of the whole channel and what you're doing and show coverage and blah, blah, blah. And here we are. You're doing it.
Yeah.
It's I wouldn't say completed task, but
the ball's rolling.
The ball's rolling.
Yeah. It was stuttering and kind of just like testing the waters here with the hard body and then getting getting the Tacoma to, you know, from Texas to Pandas to now to, you know, to the 30 year, the club 30 year, and then to our show in different stages. And it's been, the ball is rolling. And now with the two, because like I went to Pandas to shoot stuff on the Toyota, and then I left there and drove to Tanner's to shoot the Tacoma. So I was like, what am I doing?
You're doing what you set out to do.
I know. And I was like, is this really what I want to do? I don't know. This is a lot of work.
You're second guessing yourself.
This is a lot of work. I got to do stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's like having, you know, you have your like regular business that you have clients with and stuff. And this is like, you actually have like 3 jobs. If you think about it, you have like your normal customer client stuff. You now have started this new thing with these builds and maintaining the brand. Like the brand is a full-time job too. Even though like the truck building and the brand go hand in hand, it's still 2 separate things.
Yeah.
Because you have to, you know, produce these videos, and then you also have to get merch together, come up with ideas, you know, manage getting the merch and getting the shows to sell the merch and maintaining a website. And it's like 3 full-time jobs you got going.
It is a lot, yeah. And the show.
And the show.
And the show.
Yeah, that's another full-time job.
Which by the time this drops, the artwork should be done.
Oh yeah? I heard Ro got a little sneaky peeky.
No, he didn't. He was lying.
Oh, he did? He was lying?
He was he's trying to rile everybody up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, Roulette, we have a club chat with all our members in it, and Roulette texts the club chat saying that I showed him the artwork. When everyone knows I never show anyone the artwork.
I know. I was like, well, I guess, man, does he feel special?
Well, he was on the artwork last year, so.
That's true, yeah.
And this year, the artwork is toned down. So last year it was very busy. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
And this year it's a very clean artwork.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Yeah. A little different.
I like it. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I saw the first rendition of it yesterday, and then so we got to make some changes on it, and then it should be out. And then
How exciting.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. It's also like really cool that like, I guess this is going to sound away, but we got a little stagnant there for a while on vehicle builds.
Yeah.
Like, I remember like a couple years ago, we were like, man, who actually is going to go on the show artwork who's building something? But now, like, you know, with the Texas guys holding it down and building all sorts of cool, crazy stuff, you know, everybody's kind of doing something right now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's exciting. We got a lot of vehicles to choose from, and it's fun, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I hope the people that are on it are happy. And for anyone that doesn't know, is we don't.
Why would they not be happy?
I don't know. Or the ones that aren't on it are happy. I don't know.
Oh, that's more
that's
the point.
the thing. You know? But yeah, for our the way we do it is we choose 2 trucks from our club to be on the artwork, and we base it on like not necessarily anything except for activity. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
if you've been active, or like just what if someone built a new truck or whatever, you know what I mean? And they did that. So, and then there's a bunch to choose from now for next year already.
Yeah, I know. It's killer. It's super killer.
Yeah. We go from like not having anything to having too much.
That's what I was saying. Hold on. I got to put my phone on airplane mode because it's going to get a little snap, crackle, poppy up in here.
Oh yeah. I think it just gets, I don't know. It hasn't really been too bad. Your audio still drifts like, it's so weird. I don't know what it is.
It's got to be the computer, I think.
I know. I almost want to let you, I almost want to bring my other computer and just let you borrow it because it just literally sits here and does nothing.
Just give it a try.
Yeah, just see what happens. It's a little bit bigger of a screen too. So, but just see if that is it. I'm starting to look at like computers and stuff like that. I was actually going to message you and say, talk me off the cliff of buying this $4,000 laptop. Oh yeah, you don't need that.
Because I was like,
you don't need that. Yeah.
You know how it goes. You start going down the rabbit holes, right?
Yeah.
And like so it starts with a very simple best Mac currently for editing, right? So then it's all like, okay, yeah, you can get this, or you can get this, and it's like the MacBook. What do they call it? M4 Pro or something like that. And it's this crazy freaking computer. And it's like $4,000. And I'm like, and then your mind just starts like, it's almost like too much information overload, you know?
Yeah. Cause the one I have right here is an M1.
Oh, you were there. Oh, that's an M1.
Yeah. And it's just as fast as my desktop.
What's your desktop?
That's it's a bigger M1, but it's like it's just the desktop version.
But it's still an M1.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah, dude. The computer before the M1 was fast enough to do anything. That 2015 that I have is fast enough to edit 4K video.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's you don't need, and then especially now with the way that Apple does their chips, it's like on a unified thing. So it's like it's the only thing that you need really is the 1 terabyte of internal memory.
That's what I think. Yeah,
that dictates how fast and how much can be dumped on a timeline sometimes at once. Like that's where your bottleneck is.
Oh, okay. So it's not necessarily the processing speed; it's the
it all works together. Yeah. And then it's all confusing, and I don't really understand it too much. But when I bought this one, this was an open box buy from Best Buy. I paid $1,500 for it.
Oh wow. Yeah. So and that's what I'm saying. Like, so this information overload. So I start watching the videos, right? And they're like, okay, so the current ones are the M4 processors. And so the guy's like, all right, we're going to compare the M4 to the M3. And then they start comparing it. And we've talked about this before, getting wrapped up in like little tiny things. And the peak for me was I was looking at lenses, and they were talking about like lens aberration. And they like zoomed way into this photo and see this window all the way in this like right side of the thing. See how it's slightly askew? Like that's bad. Like, so the computer version of that was like, the dude was like testing stuff, comparing the M3 to the M4. And he's like, now this one's 15% faster, I'm noticing.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting totally wrapped up in this whole thing, you know?
The nice thing is you can go on Best Buy and get deals on like M2s and you're going to pay.
That was my initial, what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Cause I bought this one when the M2s were out. These were, the reason this was cheaper was because it was going, the new ones were coming in, but you don't like, you'll never see a difference. Like, unless you're,
that's what I'm thinking.
It's all for like 3D rendering and like anything crazy like that. That's where you kind of need to like bump things up. But like, it really, you could even go on, I got this one on Best Buy, but I got that desktop. I got that as a refurbished from Apple's website.
Oh, okay.
And the refurbished ones have the exact same warranty as a new one.
Okay.
It's literally the exact warranty. And it's usually just someone returned it and they can't sell it new. Like they bought it and they were like, oh, I don't really like this for some reason or other. But yeah, it's this one is an Apple M1 Pro with 16 gigabytes of memory. And so it's not even like the top of the line.
And it still gets the job done.
Oh, dude, it's fat. It's fat. Like you could, what's crazy is you should watch the videos on the new Mac, the little Mac desktops, the little ones. For like $1,200, you'll get a computer that's just as big, as powerful as this one that I have.
Oh, okay.
And then for basically for that $4,000 that you were talking about, you could have a laptop, a desktop, and a new monitor.
All
All
doing
for
the same thing.
under $4,000.
Okay.
Because you
See,
could
this
get
is
that.
what I needed.
Yeah, you could get that the new Apple Mini, which would be probably like the way that you spec it out, probably $1,300, $1,300 or $1,400. A monitor, a good monitor, is like $400 or $500, and then a laptop you could get for probably $1,700.
All for that.
And you
same
would be
price.
set for the next forever, probably.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, my desktop is pushing 10 years. It's a 14, and then this little guy right here is an 11.
Yeah.
So it's pushing some time.
Yeah. It
But-
just makes it makes you want, like, what it did to me was it made me want to edit
Yeah.
because there's no bottlenecks. It's just, it turns on, it's fast. You drop something in the thing, you put warp stabilizer on it. It's just like boom, boom, boom. Everything's done.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I'm not having to sit here or worry about it or be like, oh, it's going to be so slow. And then you
Yeah.
can start utilizing your cameras to their full potential without.
Well, and that's why I'm starting with the computer, because I want to start there, and then because I want to upgrade my bodies and everything. I want to
Yeah.
get into some mirrorless Canons. So I have to. But from your experience watching you go through that journey, is I'm starting at the computer and then working my way out to the cameras.
yeah.
Because because I think you did it
I did it
the other
backwards.
way.
I did it
yeah,
backwards.
you did. Yeah, like you got the cameras and then the computers were slowing. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to like learn and go forward.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. It's definitely spending money, but at the same time, it's all tax write-offs.
Well, that's true too. Yeah, that's true too. So how was Disneyland?
Dude,
You said it was fun. It was cool.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it
All the photos that I saw, again, when you see your friends having fun, smiling, having a good time, it makes you feel good. You
Yeah.
know? And it was just like I saw you guys having such a good time, and I was like, yeah, this is super cool.
We're gonna do it, make it an annual thing probably. We were talking about the price of Disneyland and all that stuff.
Mhm.
It's totally worth it. It
Yeah.
is 100% worth it. Like I spent, like I said, it was like 400 and something bucks for the ticket for 2 parks for 2 days. But it was like there's just so much to sit there and look at.
Yeah.
And like that Cars Land in Disney, California, like it's amazing what that place does. And then the vibe there is so cool because everyone's having fun. Like people are dressed in different Disney things. Like I'm not into the Disney stuff like that. You know what I mean? But seeing
But
other
you could
people,
respect it.
but seeing other people just having fun with no reserve, you know what I mean? And no judgment or no nothing. It's a lot of fun. So, and the other thing about it is like, I had never been on the roller coaster there. I had never done, and they have that Tower of Terror thing. That's now it's a
Guardians.
Guardians ride.
Mm-hmm.
Those rides, like I didn't go on because I had gained weight. I was too scared that I wouldn't fit on things. Well, now I fit on everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So like
That's really cool.
we went on every single ride, and I did the roller coaster, and I hadn't been on a roller coaster that went upside down in I don't know how long. And then that Guardians ride was insane. I thought you would just go up
Mm-hmm.
and fall down.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been on
like
that?
Well, I went on it when it was the Hollywood Tower of Terror thing.
Okay.
But yeah, it kind of like goes boom, and then boom, and then boom, and then
Yeah. But now it does even more. with
Oh,
the
really?
yeah, they changed it up. So it's like, and apparently that ride, it doesn't free fall. It's pulled down.
Oh, really?
So it goes down faster than a free fall. So that's when you
wow.
lift off the seat. That's why you do that. And like, yeah, I was not expecting that. And just the way that ride is, it's so smooth and like, and then you just jump up and then you jump down. Yeah, it's wild.
That's awesome. Yeah, I always hear everybody who goes and who's never gone on. I always hear that it's pretty rowdy, and they're like, I left my soul on that ride.
Yeah. But I was like, I want to go back on. Like I would have gone back on it.
It's fun.
It's so much fun.
And then the Star Wars stuff that you got to check out, that was cool.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that was it being like an OG Star Wars fan from the old movies and not really being into the new stuff. Like I don't even think I've seen the most recent movie, but it was so cool to see how they did that.
Yeah.
Like logistically, and the ride we went on it twice. We went on it once during the day and then once at night.
That's cool. So how was the capacity? Was it not that packed, or
We walked onto Star Wars the second time on Sunday night.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The longest line we waited in was Cars on Saturday night, and it was 80 minutes.
And you guys didn't have any lightning passes?
Yeah,
or
we
anything
did.
like
We
that?
had lightning passes.
Oh, you did.
But
we
okay. we only used them a few times. It wasn't even that. Like we used them on the Haunted Mansion. We used them on. I don't know. Morgan she's the master at it.
Right. She's the leader.
So she's like, okay, this one will go at this time, and then this and this. But yeah, and then another surprising thing is the food at Disneyland is not expensive. Like we ate the first day, we ate at this restaurant, and we had 3 pieces of fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, something else on the plate, like a big plate of food. It was $17.
Oh wow, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, everything. I was just
for
like
park food. Yeah,
and it was really good food, and like I don't know, it just seemed like it wasn't that expensive.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
And you get, when you have the lightning pass, all those pictures that they take that they usually try to get you to pay for, they're all free.
Oh really?
Yeah, they
that's rad.
then they just link. You just type the code in, and it downloads to your phone.
That's sick. Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's
it was
rad, man.
Yeah, a ton of value. And then it was funny because in the Star Wars ride, we got out and Joe and everyone went to the bathroom, and I'm standing there and I'm just like looking around, and I look down and John O'Neill is walking straight.
Oh, that's
towards me.
right. That's right.
And I go, and he doesn't look at me, but then he looks at me, and we give each other a hug. And I go, "Did you see me?" And he goes, "No, I'm just going to the bathroom." He goes, we have a ride waiting for us to go on, like a time slot. And so like we just were like, "What's up?" Took his picture real quick, and then he bounced.
That's awesome. That's that's crazy.
Yeah.
You sent that photo, and I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you guys had planned that, because like you did plan on meeting up with Joey.
Well, we planned on meeting up with Eric on Saturday and then Joey on Sunday. Eric was there all day on Sunday, and around like 7 p.m. he's like, "Hey, we're gonna take off. Victoria's." I was like, "You were here?"
He didn't even tell you.
He didn't even tell us. No, he
Oh,
just
that's
was
hilarious.
there. But then we met up with Brian Hill too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Him and his wife live just down the street. They just go there, walk around, get something to eat, and go.
That's
home.
wild. Running into all these people in this giant park
Also-
that you've known for so long.
Saturday night, we're walking towards Space Mountain, and I look, and I recognize this girl, and she looks at me, and I was like, "Oh!" And then I look, it's James Montez that used to be in the club, the taco guy from our Christmas party.
Oh, really? Oh, the one that. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. So
That's
like,
wild.
so weird. And then so we sat there and talked. He's super into Disneyland. He makes these like backpacks with He's a droid builder.
Really?
Yeah, wild. I don't know.
Just crazy
It's a whole
Dude,
thing.
like I said before, Disney has really like tapped that market of, again, not to get into it, but then again, like I don't know, but people who have like disposable income, but don't have a lot of like other things going on, so
I don't know if that's the case or not.
I don't know.
I
Like,
don't
yeah,
know,
because all
like-
those people that you're mentioning are like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm
I don't
probably
know.
wrong.
I don't have disposable income. I would if I didn't build these trucks, but I wouldn't spend it on Disneyland. But then
That's true.
But then there's the merch side of Disneyland.
Oh yeah.
My buddy Brian that was there, he sent me the link to the people that design all the merch, and they're local there, and they're 2 years ahead of schedule. So everything that you see is 2 years, and the quality of the merch, and like it's just that whole Disney thing is just.
Well, they got it all figured out, man.
Oh,
They've been doing it
it's-
a long time.
Yeah, it's
They got it all figured out.
And then they were talking about Club 33.
Oh
and
yeah.
the people that do that,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's just the wild side of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it was really good. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, so then Sunday Joey came up, and we met up, and we had a blast.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
He
really
sta-
cool.
I think he left like at 10 p.m.
No, really? He stayed the whole day? That's
stayed
awesome.
the whole time.
He's
Yeah.
another Disney dude. All these like Disney people.
I know, but he had never been on the Ferris wheel that swings.
That thing, dude, that thing's freaking scary, huh?
I've been on it before, but I don't
But
think
it's like
I was in the
it's
swinging
different,
cart. Well, I don't
right?
think I was
But-
in the swinging cart when I did it.
Oh, Just that thing is just itself is Ferris wheels by themselves are kind of weird. They're kind
Yeah.
of sketchy.
Yeah, yeah,
I remember
yeah.
there used to be one down at the Pike in Long Beach. You know that one?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Like we used to go down to Long Beach and hang out and stuff like that. And we used to go on that. And just any kind of roller coaster that moves or Ferris wheel that moves around is kind of sketchy.
Yeah. Yeah. This one is on those big tracks. And me and Lindsay were sitting on one side. And I was like looking at the view, just looking around. And I was like, man, Cars Land takes up a lot of property. you know, because you could see the whole thing, and it's just it's such a huge ride. And then when I looked back, me and her both looked back at the same time, and the thing starts to slide towards the edge.
And you're like, oh my God, we're gonna.
And
die.
then it stops and it swings. And the funniest part was it doesn't stop swinging. And we were laughing so hard because we were just uncontrollably laughing.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's fun, man. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, everybody listening is like, well, okay.
I don't care. Everyone should go. We want to do. We want to
do fun things in life. Do fun things. Go explore. You have to.
It was funny because there was a few people I was like people watching, you know, and there's a few people there that you could tell might not want to be there or had a different, maybe like a weird opinion about Disney, and they were just kind of like walking around with a chip on their shoulder.
Interesting.
And I'm like, man, just have fun.
Yes. Why spend all that money to just not have fun?
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. I go to the poverty park, so I'm a Knott's kind of guy.
Yeah.
But still, it's fun. Like, you know, especially like living in this area that's easily accessible to just go down there and hang out. It's like, gotta enjoy these things.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do Universal. I want to do Universal next because the last time I was at Universal, I was too big to go on some of the rides. So
yeah, heck yeah, Universal's awesome too.
Yeah, and they're building that new Fast and Furious coaster.
Oh yeah,
which I don't know if I'll go on that. I'm not like a coaster fan.
Yeah, I love roller coasters. They're so much.
But
fun.
this thing is just it's got some, like, you should look it up on YouTube. It's on the hill between the bottom portion of Universal and the top.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
And the loop goes above the escalators and then underneath the escalators.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you're on those escalators, you look up, the thing goes up and then underneath you.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those escalators are no joke too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, no, theme parks are cool. You know, when I was never a roller coaster person either growing up, but I eventually became one. What is interesting for me is my two kids love roller coasters. Like they just love going fast. They love going upside down. And it's because we had started them at a kind of a young age going to theme parks and stuff. And we used to go to Castles and Coasters down in Riverside. And
Castle Park.
Castle Park. Sorry. Yeah. Castles and Coasters. That's Phoenix.
That's Phoenix right here.
Yeah. Sorry. Castle Park. And inadvertently, we just got them used to going on rides. So when they got older, you know, because like, you know, some kids, they don't really do that stuff when they're young. So when they get older, they're very, you know, intimidated by it and stuff. But inadvertently, we turned our kids into like roller coaster people. So I
think it's cool. I think, like you said, especially living in Southern California, you have, you can go to Disneyland, you can go to Knott's, you can go to Six Flags, you know, you can go, there's all these things where you could literally just spend a day doing these things.
And you know what's wild is when everybody thinks of, you know, Southern California and theme parks, they think of the big ones, Knott's, Disney, Six Flags, Universal. But there's a ton of like smaller little parks, like Castle Park is one. There's this like little thing in Anaheim called Adventureland. It's a tiny little theme park. It probably doesn't take up more than a couple blocks. There's remember Boomers off the 60? What's it called? Boomers?
Bullwinkles?
Bullwinkles, that's what it was. Yeah.
I have a funny story about Bullwinkles.
Hit me with it.
You remember Screech from Saved by the Bell?
Yeah. Yeah, your buddy.
Yeah, I went there with him.
Yeah, you would? Oh, really?
Yeah, his mom picked me up.
No way.
Me and my buddy Brody. Yeah, because Dustin was my neighbor's cousin.
Yeah, because you had met him like.
My neighbors were good friends of mine, and I remember we were playing basketball in the backyard. He goes, "Yeah, my cousin, man. He's on this new show, and it was called something else. They were going to call it something else before Saved by the Bell." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever, cool." And then Saved by the Bell came out, and it was a hit. And then we're at his house, and then Dustin just shows up, and we just hung out. And then the next time we hung out was like his mom came and was like, "Hey, you guys want to go to we'll go to Bullwinkle?" So his mom came with Dustin in this old Mercedes.
Really?
Picked me and my buddy Brody up because Brody was my neighbor's other cousin. Yeah, and we went to Bullwinkles and we rode the go-karts and we were playing video games. There was a crowd around us the entire time.
That's wild.
Yeah, and then I got to
didn't know that. That's awesome.
got to go to the set and watch a filming of it.
And that's the photo you have.
Yeah, that's from his dressing room. Because my junior high school took a field trip to Hollywood to watch a filming of it. They're in the studio audience, and here's me. I come walking on the set.
Oh, nice. Just flexing.
Yeah, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm on the set," and we were on the set of Saved by the Bell, walking through the things, touching things, and then I got to meet all the cast backstage and in the dressing rooms and stuff. It was a
awesome.
weird experience.
That's rad.
Yeah.
And he passed away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
got a little out of
unfortunate.
control. I think he even made a porn or something too.
Yeah, he got pretty rowdy. He was like not quite Andy Dick rowdy, but like getting there.
Yeah.
Like, he was pretty wild.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
My buddy Dustin Diamond. Anyways,
yeah,
okay.
your good friend Dustin Diamond from Saved by the Bell. All right, let's give these people what they came here for.
More
truck
Disneyland talk?
No, truck stuff.
No.
Did you get this in the mail yet?
No.
No, you didn't get yours?
I forgot to subscribe.
Oh, you did?
I saw everyone get it and I go, oh,
Whoops.
dang it.
That's funny. Well, I guess I can convey it to you then.
Okay, yeah.
So what I got here is I got the first issue of this year from Mini Truckin Magazine, January 2025.
Yep.
Again, it's good. Everything's coming together really well. Some key points that I took away from it. Not that they took our suggestions or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think they were just naturally going to get to this point.
Yeah.
But the trucks that they're featuring are really cool. They're not, they kind of like started off kind of like doing some better well-known trucks and trucks that have been featured before. But now all of these trucks are trucks I've never seen before. A couple B-Series Mazdas. Well, you don't know. You haven't seen it, so you wouldn't know. But there are a couple B-Series Mazdas in here, which is one of my favorite trucks. I love B-Series Mazdas. Both extra cabs. One, and what was really cool is there's two that are featured in here. One is just Lay's frame. It's not body dropped on a smaller set of wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, a more mild paint job and interior and stuff. And then another B-Series extra cab that's like not over the top crazy built, but more built. So like it's got like really wide, big billets in the back with a narrowed rear end. It's got this really cool, like cross airbrushed on the roof. And it's really kind of cool to show the two versions of the same kind of like truck, the two builds that you can do with them.
Yeah.
So those two trucks are in there. The cover truck is you've seen the cover. So
Yeah, he lives down the
truck
street
is.
from me.
Yeah, that's your buddy, our buddy, the buddy,
Yeah.
the homie,
The buddy.
the buddy. So seeing his truck on the cover is super cool.
Yep.
The cover itself is kind of interesting. It's the truck sitting on this like metal bridge, which constructive criticism
From a photography standpoint, my semi-professional thing that I do.
semi. I don't know if you're semi.
I don't know. I have business cards. No.
Yeah. I don't know if you know.
It's hard to shoot a truck with all those graphics on it.
Well, and that's what I was saying. So like, it would be, and this is, I kind of mentioned this in a comment, but I guess we can dive more into it. Like the thing is it's a fully graphic truck. So it's already a busy thing in front of a busy thing.
Yeah.
Like this bridge. Like I love the bridge. The bridge is cool. It's old, it's rusty, but then you have like this like super crazy painted truck. Like it almost would look better with like a patina truck or like a single color, like a super clean single color paint job truck.
Or you get the truck farther away from the bridge, so the bridge is blurry. So this is just like kind of a semi-pro tip for anyone out there, because a lot of people, they want to go out and take pictures of their trucks and stuff. Yeah. If you have a truck that's busy like that in graphics, take whatever pictures you want, but like you should try to experiment with taking it with just a blank sky in the background. No poles, no power lines, no buildings. And then what's going to happen is the truck is going to stand out versus everything else behind it.
Right.
Because it kind of just goes if you look at that from the top to the bottom, it's just like it loses it.
Yeah, that was the only, that's what I'm thinking too, is it's like, it's
that's
just a lot of stuff
anytime I see covers or photo shoots, it's just, that's where my brain goes. It's like, this is what I would do. Not necessarily what anyone else should do, but it's just what I would do.
Yeah, over the years, I mean, and it's not like, and we're not picking on this one in particular, because over the years there's been all sorts of covers that some covers are like fantastic and you're just like, it really blows you away, and then some covers are just like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
And that's and I'm not like talking crap about it. I'm just saying like that's how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think that's like not only like a photographer thing. It's like it's a photographer thing. It's a like editorial thing. The editor picking which photo is going to be the cover. Like so it's like kind of like this collaborative effort that gets you to a point that either kills it or it's just okay.
Yeah.
You know?
My biggest critique with anyone that takes photos or does this stuff is, especially for a print magazine like this, that's only going to happen one time.
Right.
So if you're at a show, like this is why I don't like when people come up to me and they're like, "Hey, will you shoot this truck real quick for me after the show?" It's like, nope. You know, because I want to spend time with that vehicle. I want to make sure it's at the right time of day. I want to make sure that the location is right, especially for a cover, because it could really change, you know, if you just wait a few hours until the sun dips down and get those photos and do it that way. You know, it could really change up the look of the photograph. Not saying that anything is going to sell better or be better or whatever. It's just a personal thing for me. Like, I want to make sure that whatever I'm shooting, that person built that truck and it's special to them. And I don't want to rush anything.
Right.
And a lot of times things get rushed because there's some photographers that they just they want to shoot it and this is the only time that they have, so they're going to do it. Or, you know, I've experienced where owners don't want to take the time to do it, and then that's on them. You know, I've even said, like, I've even denied some people. They're like, "Hey, can you shoot my truck real quick?" And I'm like, "Yeah, these are the time slots, you know, end of day, this location." And they're like, "Well," and I'm like, "Well, then you just find someone else to shoot it."
Right.
Because it just
which is wild, because like you would think that they would not do anything but really be available to make it happen, to get their truck on a cover of a magazine.
Nowadays they don't care.
Is it just because the landscape has changed?
Yeah, because it's not a special thing anymore. They've already taken pictures of their truck and put it online and got their accolades. You know, so it's not as special to. And then some people just build trucks not to build the truck; they just build it to be cool. And so it's not like a special thing to them. But there's all kinds of interesting. That's an interesting topic in general. You know, I've been at a show and the guy was like, "Well, can we hurry up and do this? I got to get home." And I'm like, "Go home."
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm not going to
make
be
your
rushed.
job harder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I'm barely getting paid for this as it is. So like, I'm doing this because I really want to do it. I'm trying to make your truck special.
Right.
And this whole experience special. If you're just want to get home, man, just go home.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Because there are other people out there who would wait all dang day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But so back to what you said about the rules, but there are not necessarily certain rules, but there are things that like magazines take into consideration on cover trucks, right? Like I've heard you say before that like, you know, some, and again, the landscape of media has changed.
Mm-hmm.
This is maybe from before, but it's like, you don't run a black truck on the cover, you know?
Yeah.
because-
There's a lot of these rules are older, you know, and they don't pertain to now, because the reason that you didn't want to run a black or white truck on the cover is because you don't make any money on subscriptions. You make your money on newsstand sales. So you have to grab the customer that's walking through the aisles, and a black truck's not going to grab their attention and a white truck isn't. So they're going to put a red truck, a blue, something bright, so the eyeballs go to it. Because, you know, think of a magazine rack, you know, and out of your peripheral, you want the colorful thing that you're going to grab.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
that
the
makes
biggest
total sense.
reason why that was the quote unquote rule.
Cool. Well, yeah, but other than that, everything is great in this magazine. There's lots of show coverage. There's the Logan had come out to Arizona to do some stuff, well, like shoot the graphic truck, and then he hit up that cruise night that you guys hit up sometimes, the Wicked Creations cruise night. So that was really cool to see see some local heads up in there.
Yeah, it's cool to see some smaller things like that get put into print magazines.
Yeah,
I think that I remember back when, you know, when I was just a whatever, and I would see a little show that I went to in Mini Truckin magazine or print magazine, and it felt way special.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the person who said something very similar to that just recently was Stewart with Last Resort. Because, you know, he was saying that this is the first time Last Resort has been featured in Mini Truckin in, you know, years since Mini Truckin has gone away and now came back. So there's some cool coverage in there of Last Resort.
Yeah, because we always expect like the big shows, right? Mini Nats and da 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 da. But then when you do see, especially like just a cruise night, you know, it's really cool.
Which is kind of interesting because like it's a bit I guess the one way to put it's a bit hypocritical of us to say, because one of the points that we made the last time an issue came out was like, with the way things are now with social media and like instant gratification with show coverage and stuff, it's almost like take the time in these magazines, print magazines, to make them like more features, less show coverage, more features, you know?
Yeah, but I think when it comes to a cruise night, the cruise night is the feature.
Because it's not like it's not
like you could just make the cruise night the story. These guys
Right.
get together on this day, and you know it could just be, you know, however many pages it is. It doesn't necessarily show coverage. It to me, you know, it's just like just
it's
a bunch.
it's very like what I would say, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Like it's like that. Like that's the feeling that it gets with show coverage in a magazine.
Yeah, where social media has taken that the specialness away from the show coverage.
Right. That's
But-
the point that I was saying.
The specialness of that cruise night being in there is that club that throws it is not the biggest club, the most well-known club.
Right.
It's almost a feature on their club and what they do and the history of what they do,
Yeah, that's cool. I
tied
like
into
that.
the show coverage.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, dude, I like that approach at it. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, great magazine. Good job, guys. Looking forward to more. Maybe Brian will subscribe. Maybe he won't. Truck Masters is in here. That's pretty cool. What else? What else did I say about this? No, that was it. I just wanted to make a thing about the cover. Oh, the other thing about the cover and about this truck in particular is how interesting this truck is this truck stands out because of the paint. Because
Yeah.
I remember us talking about this truck. It's such a killer truck. It is a super killer truck. But we kind of like you forget that like it's actually a completely stock Tacoma bagged and body drop.
Oh, it's got suicide doors, but
Oh, it's got oh, yeah, it does. I should know that.
yeah.
Yeah, it does. But like it doesn't what I like about it is that fact that the feature is the paint.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's not like, because if you took this truck and painted it a single color, it would probably look like a lot of other trucks out there right now.
Yeah. And the fact that they painted everything.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
Literally everything. The floorboard, or are the floorboards painted? I don't know, but definitely the insides of the doors. Like not only like the jams, the inside into the door panels, into the back, into the thing. The graphics go up the bed cover and then underneath the bed cover
Yeah.
and back down.
And the
it all
color
matches.
combos are cool because a lot of people
Oh,
are
yeah.
using like reds and blacks and silvers and stuff, you know, and to see like those bright colors is really cool.
It's so cool. I like this truck a lot. It's one of my favorites out there right now. And it's this is gonna sound kind of weird, but it's almost too cool to like film and photograph it when you're at a show. You know what I mean? Like there's so much going on
Yeah.
that I can't, like, it's hard to convey in like 2 or 3 small clips.
Yeah.
You know, every time I've encountered this truck at a show and I filmed it, which one day I'll edit. I always find myself like kind of like standing back looking at it going like, where do I even begin? Like,
Yeah.
what do I show off? There's just so much cool stuff going on. And the other cool part about this truck is, to a degree, you said that it's a garage built truck.
Yeah.
However, the garage is basically a professional paint
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was built by like neighbors, you know, like
It was a bunch of homies, like truck dudes, and they built this. Yeah,
It's
that's
so
really
cool.
cool. Yeah, super cool. Great job, great truck. It's really cool to see it get its own, you know, on the cover. Yeah, super cool.
Oh. Speaking of show edits,
Yeah.
Dino's is creeping along.
Oh, it is?
It's creeping along. I think I need one more song because it'll be a 3-song video, but it's a lot of Mike.
Oh, that's the best part. You got to feature the best part.
I know it is the best part.
Is the beginning of the which is the beginning of the video? Is it the porta potty scene, or it is? Okay. God, I love it.
It's so funny.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I wish we could go like just to say it, but we'll wait.
And the
We'll wait
music
till
is
the video
cool
comes
too.
out.
I found this. I discovered this band. Oh, now I can't even think of the name. That's pretty bad of me. I'll have to send it to you. It's really cool. You might like it.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Viagra Boys?
That sounds very familiar.
So
Yeah, aren't they an Australian band? Maybe? No. I don't know. But yes, I've heard of them.
yeah, so they're really good, and and I found them because I found someone else. And then I found this other band who is really good and has an awesome music video with barely any subscribers and barely any views. And I'm like,
oh, really?
What's going on here? So I used that video.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Or
That's
that
really
song. I'll have to send it to you. It's really cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to check that out. Any last thoughts on the magazine that you don't have, that you didn't know anything that was going on?
No. I'm just excited to see an Arizona truck on there.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's cool. And it's funny. It is very funny because here we are now. Because in the last, mini trucking era, I guess it was all West Coast stuff, and the East Coast people were like, man,
I don't know.
Cool
If it wasn't all West Coast because
it was very heavily West Coast.
No,
influence.
it wasn't. No. Go back and look. It was equal. It was way equal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been at the beginning of the first genre of mini trucking, but once traveling and freelancers became very relevant,
That's a good
very
point.
equal.
That's true. That's true. But I was just saying that in comparison to now, where it's very like East Coast heavy, and seeing a West Coast truck on it is cool to see.
Yeah, we need more of that. If you guys are listening, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. We need some more West Coast trucks in there.
Yeah,
but hold on, I'm taking a minute to look through these because we had someone very kindly send us some stuff. Do you have your thing? You don't have your thing, do you? Yeah, go grab it. Okay. Don't show me. I'm
Oh, you haven't seen yours.
I haven't seen it.
I popped mine open for some weird reason. So go ahead and open yours.
You keep yours down because I don't. Hold on. One second. Yeah, that was the thing. I got this a few days ago, and I thought, oh, this would be cool to open up on the podcast. And then I asked you if you got yours, and you're like, yeah, I definitely already opened that.
Yeah. I don't even know why. I should have not opened it. I actually didn't know what it was at first, and I saw the name, and I'm like, did I buy something from eBay for my Tacoma? Because I've just been doing that.
That's valid because you've had a lot of stuff come in from the trucks, so that's completely valid. But no, so our friend Heath Jones was so kind to send us something, send us some stuff through the mail, and I just want to take the time to open it up here on the podcast. I told him I would, so I'm opening this up. You already know what it is for you.
I'm wondering if it's the same for you but different.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Sick. Heck yeah, dude. I've seen these before. That's awesome, man. Thanks, Heath. That's super sick. So what it is, it's a bat mug. And it's got the LA Dodgers, the LA logo on it. And I'm guessing yours has a Cubs logo on it.
Yep. You want to see what's cool?
That's sick.
It matches this one.
Oh, nice. Did you already buy that other one?
I had this one as it was a gift for me, and it's got all the 2016 the names from the team that won the World Series and with the Chicago skyline.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the names are like the buildings.
That's
so sick. Now this will sit next to that one.
That's awesome. Thanks, man. That's super cool. Everybody knows that we're a couple baseball dudes.
Excited about baseball season.
Oh, dude, I cannot wait. Got to get through the Super Bowl this weekend, but
go Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
Oh God, blah. Get out of here.
I'm the fan of the team that people hate. So when people are like, I don't like that team because of this, and I'm like, that's kind of a dumb reason. I'm gonna like that team. They'll be like, Taylor Swift. They show too much of Taylor Swift. Like Taylor Swift has the remote control. I know that like Taylor Swift though has the remote control to the camera. Like it's her. Like she's like, show me. No, that's the channels that's doing that.
I don't know. To quickly put my thoughts together on the Chiefs. There's this whole like conspiracy that the refs are helping out the Chiefs and Pat Mahomes in particular. You can't deny Patrick Mahomes is an amazing quarterback, and he's probably one of the best to do it. Sans Tom Brady, but everybody kind of felt the same way about Brady back in the day.
Yeah,
just being too good, always winning.
Yep. Once that happens, it's like the sellout thing, right? You know what I mean? Like the Jesse James making AutoZone commercials. Just like, oh, now he's trendy, and now I don't like him, or a band. You know what I mean? Like the band got really good, they made out, they did this, and they're like, man, I liked him back in the day when no one liked him. But it's just like,
yeah. That's the way it goes sometimes.
It's a natural thing, yeah. I don't care about football. I just like to rile people up.
You just like to stir the pot a little bit.
I just like to even because even Roulette will say something and I'll be like, oh yeah, like I love the Chiefs.
Yeah, I like football a lot. I like watching it. Yeah, I'm not too stoked on the Chiefs and all that. I'm not really too stoked on the Eagles either. So it's like one of those things, it's just like I just want to have fun. I want to watch, hang out with everybody. You're going over to the Freemans to hang out. That's cool. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be a good one. But yeah, sports. What else was I gonna say about that? I don't know. This cup is super cool, man. Thank you so freaking much. It's so rad.
Thanks, man. Super sick.
I'm gonna have a beer in this thing. Oh, I'm gonna use this at the Super Bowl party to have a beer in. How about that?
And at opening day.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other point that I was trying to make. So like, I'm not so super stoked on the Chiefs right now, but the Chiefs are really good and all that stuff. But I'm pretty sure people feel that way about the Dodgers currently.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I mean, there you go.
When the Dodgers they win the next 10 World Series, and everyone is just like,
yeah, oh my God, I'm just so sick of this, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. To steer back real quick to the Toyota.
Which one? The
red one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Panda shirt. I just want to thank everybody for buying it.
Nice.
And the front of it is different.
Oh yeah, because usually it's just a GTV, but with the skeleton shirts, you usually incorporate a small thing from the back into the front.
Yep.
You want to show? Can I see it?
You have to turn your phone on to the.
I did. I turned my Wi-Fi on to hit me with it.
I don't know how to. If I'm going to send it to you, I don't know where oh, it's on this computer. Hold on.
No problem.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Where are you at?
But while you're looking for that, this would be a good time to say, go to our websites and buy merch. Thanks, Brian thanked everybody for buying merch on his website. Go to my website, livelifecustom.com. Buy shirts, because, again, buying shirts, more content, going to shows, doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to be dropping a new shirt next week. I was going to talk about it today, but I don't. There's some things that I might change, so I'm not going to say that. But we got another new design. We talked about the Dutch T-shirt that came out last week.
Yeah.
So I have another one coming out soon. Here's a good question.
Okay.
Is this episode before or after Georgia and Jaime?
Before.
Okay. Before. Yeah. So, okay. So also, again, we need questions for Jaime and Georgia.
Yep.
So drop them in the comments. No one did that last time. So
or send them to our Instagram. I have been very bad. I've not been on the Drop Instagram in like 2 weeks.
I've been doing stuff.
I know.
There. I pop in there.
You've
upload
been popping
stuff,
in there. I was like, all right, Frank got it for
sharing some stuff.
Because I'm doing the show side of things, so I'm just like, so
you're very busy.
After March, I'll get back to being better about the drop stuff.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let me see if
I messaged you the front of the T-shirt.
Okay. I just want to see if there are any questions sitting in the drop currently that we could talk about real quick.
Okay. Oh yeah.
No.
I talked about Dino's. The front of the T-shirt. That's what when you see it. That's what my next thing that I'll touch on real quick.
Oh, this is kind of an interesting thing. Mike Backey. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Sorry, Mike. He says, "Hey guys, just wondering if you could make some of your shirt designs, logos, etc., available to be wallpapers for cell phones." Kind of cool. We could do that, maybe.
I mean, you could. Yeah, I could just send you the picture, and you can make it a picture.
Yeah,
on your
but
phone, right?
I wonder if we can because obviously you could just go screenshot it and save it. But usually, we'll either put the art on a T-shirt, on a mock-up on a T-shirt, or maybe some writing around it saying buy the shirt. But maybe we could just upload just the image with nothing around it. That way people could screenshot it
and then save it. And then all those overseas companies can sell T-shirts with our artwork on it.
I mean, they're going to do that anyway. Yeah. Actually, they're going to see my artwork and be like, nah.
They're like, is this from a movie? What is this? Space Invaders?
What is going on?
Yeah. Mine's all generic Chevy stuff. So they're like, we'll sell that.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Yours will do good. But yeah, that's a cool that's a cool suggestion, Mike. We'll think about that. Maybe put that together. Oh, this is a blue collar hauler. This is a good question. He's got a question for you guys. Is it hard for both of you to not talk about different stuff you got going on with your channels? They are trying to keep it until it comes out. Argument. I don't know what it says. Argument sick, but I think he meant something else.
Argument
Brian,
for argument's sake.
Yeah, there you go. Argument's sake. Brian has been having this road truck deal going on for a while. Was it hard to you not to talk about it, or straight bar? Yeah, he was just saying like, is it hard to not talk about it? And at the beginning of this episode, we were saying yeah, because there's so many exciting things going on with the Tacoma that you can't talk about right now.
No, I would love to.
Yeah, but no,
You know.
but I mean, but that's we gotta.
It's all part of the plan.
Yeah, because we're always like sitting here, discussing things and trying to not think about things to talk about, but sometimes we're like, what are we going to talk about? And it would be really easy to talk about those things, but it does make the end product more enjoyable, more fruitful.
I don't even send stuff to my friends.
I know, yeah.
Like
I
sent something to you last night, and I said something to Carl last night, and a few other people, just because I was so excited about something that's happening, like because it didn't seem real to me, but like
right.
That usually I don't. I just go, there's the video.
I know.
Carl was like, update me. I will take surprises. And I'm just like, dude, I'm
the complete opposite. Yeah. I love being in this position to where like I am just as surprised and into it as everybody else.
Yeah.
It's really enjoyable. It adds a lot of like it adds how to say it? Like it adds a depth to it. It adds a new way to consume it,
Yeah, exactly.
Because if we have this, we talk about it a lot about like trucks being built and being shown off and not. So it makes it fun.
Yeah.
It makes it fun and interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those were a couple questions that made their way into our inbox. We didn't drop it in. Sorry, Will.
Sorry.
But yeah. So that's it.
Yeah.
We hit it.
Well,
we did
go to your messages and see the front of the shirt because I want to talk about.
Oh
that real
yeah,
quick.
sorry. Let's see that. Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
Different.
Definitely different. I love it, man.
So
can I say it? Can I describe?
Oh
it?
yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's the panda from the back, which is awesome because that's what you do. You take a little element from the back, add it to the front, but it says "Good Life" on the front.
Yeah.
I like it, man.
So in the beginning of the video, I talked about that. Like now you can just go to thegoodlife.com and it goes to the website.
Not GOOD.
GOUDE, which is my last name. Which is not pronounced good. It's pronounced good. But it sounds like good. And there's way too many plays on this. And I'm 48 years old. And I should have done this when I started out.
Hey, you know what? I just saw a video from this dude. He's a comedian. The guy's 54 years old and is just now taking off in his career.
Yeah.
And he it was just random. I can't even recall who it was or anything like that. But this dude, he's had tons of jobs over his life, dabbled in being a comedian in entertainment, never worked out, but it finally took off for him at 54. So whatever, man. That stuff doesn't matter. Everything comes together when it's supposed to come together.
So I don't know what the future of Grindr TV is.
Ooh.
Yeah, like rebranding. I mean, you know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
And I talked to you last week about it because I was doing all this stuff and then I sat and I realized I was like, oh, this has life in it, just like Custom Life.
Right, yeah.
I'm like,
which I didn't even notice.
Yeah, just like when I did the Stay Low stuff and Pretty Low, I'm all like, it doesn't even dawn on me.
But you know what though? Well, one thing about the life thing, like it's funny when I explain to random people what I do. And I say, yeah, I do all this stuff. And then I travel with my buddy who does the same thing. He's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, no, he literally does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And then people say like, well, isn't that conflicting? No, it's not. It works, but so it's like, I didn't even really think of that. Like, it doesn't dawn on me because it's just, we're just doing this thing. Right.
Yeah.
But also, and we've said this a lot of times before, is we exist in such a small scope of this world. It's really easy to cross over. I was talking with Lindsay last night, and she was talking about designs because, I came out with my Invaders design, which is the robot and the aliens. She was going to come out with a shirt that involved trucks and aliens. And, we were talking about different things and like ideas, and like there are other people in the scene who like she came up with an idea and someone else did it. So, but I don't think it's none of it is like maliciously done. It's just because we exist in this small world and in this small like scene. And of course, we're just going to come up with similar ideas.
Yeah.
And we all have, think about it. We all have the same taste. We all grew up in the same era, listening pretty much the same music, watching skateboarding and motorcycles and cars. So obviously, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So that's where that's going. I can still utilize the GTV because good TV.
Yeah.
But I think
I
with
think it's great.
this transition into these build videos, it's a perfect time to to do this.
Yeah, when we did it, so, I've said before, we were BSC Clothing, and in 2017, we became Custom Life. And it was almost just like a light switch. We just said, we're going to stop printing stuff that says BSD, and we're going to start printing stuff that says Custom Life. And we're going to change the socials, and we're only going to refer to ourselves as this. Because I think it would be not easy, but I think sometimes you'd be like, okay, everybody, we're going to change things. Here it comes. Get ready in 30 days. Like, no, for us, it was just easy just to do it. And for you, it's the same thing, just to do it.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that. I was gonna say like that's not to say that you're like done with Grindr TV or GTV. It's just a different thing. Yeah. At least that's what I gather. Maybe
the
maybe
last
you're done.
two
I don't know.
the last 2 years, it's all been GTV.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, the Instagram says Grindr TV. Yes, but the shirts have not said Grindr TV on them.
Right, in a long time.
I made those hats, which I still have a bunch that say Grindr TV on them. But like moving forward, and just like the last 2 years, nothing will say Grindr on it. It's just it's kind of just, I think, because when I go to a show and nobody knows what it is, when I was putting Grindr on stuff, it didn't resonate to people. Mm-hmm. It's only when I started to make these new designs, it started to resonate with people. And if I put Grindr on stuff, you know how people are. They get weird about the Grindr app thing and whatever. And like that stuff's never bothered me. But at the same time, if I'm going to car shows and people aren't buying stuff because of something,
then you need to adapt.
Then I need to address it,
right,
and just figure it out. So that's why I went to the GTV thing, and that's helped immensely.
Yeah,
but I feel like now, since I'm more on the camera, just like how when you went to Custom Life, it was about it's about you and your life, which is it revolves around the custom car scene. So mine revolves around now me, So
yeah, and you existing in the car scene.
Yeah.
No. Hey, it's all good. I was waiting to say that. I was like, oh, I can't wait to say this.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. It's all good.
Too many.
Dude, it's perfect. I like it.
Yeah.
But so we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully everything works out and you guys will see Georgia and Hyman next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Questions. Give us questions down below and at the Instagram.
Yep.
The Drop with Frank and Brian.
Yes. That's
all right,
it.
Cool.
All right.
Later.